Hey, you alright, Tifa? Barrett, we're back. I'm... Cloud, is he okay? Don't you worry about him. He's stubborn. Barrett, I found him while I was in the live stream. I found the real Cloud. Nah, it wasn't me who found him. Cloud found himself. Yeah, I know. Should have never doubted you. You're a hell of a woman, never giving in like that. Someone DM'd me once asking if Cloud and Tifa were supposed to be holding hands there. That's why I hate this fandom. Well, why didn't you add them holding hands? People keep so much stuff bottled up inside. How is it we can forget such important things? Strange, isn't it? Hey, Tifa, stay with us. Tifa? Just so you guys know, you guys watching this on YouTube, by the time this gets to you guys on YouTube, he will have updated it to make sure that they're holding hands. I've been told by the inner crew that they will have an update here ready in the next couple of days. So if you play this, they will be holding hands. Don't worry. Yo, run it by me again. What was the deal with Cloud? He's a Sephiroth copy created by Hojo. They can really make that kind of thing? Well, it's no like they were made for scratch. They must have got normal humans, stuck Genova cells inside them, then exposed them to Mako. So what does that make Cloud? Cloud's Cloud, Tifa's pal since they were wee kids. 5 years ago, during that thing in Nibelheim, Sephiroth left Cloud in pretty bad nick. He got picked up after that and used in Hojo's experiment. Wouldn't have surprised me if Hojo did the same with countless others. But then, why was Cloud the only one who... So what, that was like a removed thing? Where'd you... Did they think like... That's really curious. I'm really curious about that scene. Was that... Did you make the dialogue or did you make the scene there? I'm really curious. Was there just like a removed scene with that screen and then you added the dialogue, or was the dialogue there? The scene was removed? That's so interesting to me. That's so interesting to me because if that scene had been there when I was a kid, I would have actually understood what Cloud was instead of being pretty much confused my whole childhood because they like actually spell it out there. If that scene was there, it would have really helped me out as a kid. But I also agree that it's kind of redundant. I'm kind of glad it's not there in retrospect. But that would have definitely helped me as a kid. That's so interesting that they removed that. I like that it's not there, though. I like that you really do have to pay attention and put it together yourself. I do feel like that's too redundant. But it's just funny because it would have actually really helped me as a kid. And yeah, look at all that stuff on the table. You guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say. Oh, I've been looking forward to this scene. You don't have to say any more, Cloud. All you've done is apologize. I'm not an ex-soldier, not even close. All that stuff I told you about being a soldier, everything I said I did 5 years ago, it was just a fantasy I made up. I made a big show of leaving my hometown, saying I'd become a soldier, but I never managed to. I was too weak to accept that, and so when I heard these stories from my friend Zach, I mixed them with what I'd seen and created a fantasy version of myself. And I continued to act that fantasy out. A fantasy, huh? Then how are you so dang strong? Can't just convince yourself of that. My body's more or less the same as a soldier's. Hojo's Sephiroth copy project wasn't all that complicated. It's basically the same process they used to create soldiers. See, soldiers aren't just only exposed to Mako. Their bodies are actually implanted with Genova cells. For better or worse, only people with strong enough minds can become soldiers. They aren't affected by Genova's reunion. But weak people just break down and lose sight of who they are, just like I did. Genova's cells, Sephiroth's strong will, and my own weak heart, that's what created me. That's what created the cloud you all knew. I was living in a fantasy world. But I've got no need for fantasies anymore. From now on, I'm going to live as myself. Right, the moody old Cloud I used to know. So the same as before, got it. If you didn't mind me asking, what's your next move? Didn't tell me you're planning on abandoning ship. It's my fault that meteor's headed towards us. Which means I've got to do everything I can to stop it. Dang right, so you're going to keep on fighting to save the planet. It's like you said, Barrett. Huh? Oh, that. What'd he say? Tell me. There's no getting off of this train we're on. Not till it's reached the end of the line. Everyone gives a happy face. We could do this, Cloud. It's because of that dang pizza. Cloud, that speech of yours was so moving. I'm a weakling deep down, too, so I really get where you're coming from. Anyway, who knows when the fighting's going to start up again. Better make sure you're prepared. Okay, let's see. Probably Kate Sith Yuffie, I think. Would be like the last, maybe Red 13, I'm not sure. For now, we're going to put in Barrett Vincent so I can get my stuff. You okay? It's my motion sickness. I always get queasy. Sorry to hear that. No, it's fine. This is just who I am. Nice quote. Oh, Cloud, I should probably fill you in. We're in the middle of a big fight over who gets the Magnus materia. Yeah, I don't think I mentioned it up to this point. I said something about it being sedate instead of sadness. I actually really like that. Because sadness sounds like a negative effect. And it's really not. I mean, we know that sadness is actually OP, but I think casually, you're not supposed to think that sadness is necessarily bad. It's like, you either do sadness or fury or normal, and they're all supposed to have positives and negatives. But in the original, it really feels like it's a negative because it's called sadness, and I don't think that's what their original idea was. So I really like that they changed it to sedate, because sedate sounds like it's something that could have benefits, but in general is kind of negative. Same with fury, you know? So I think it fits way better than sadness. Because we all know that sadness is busted, but I think their plan with sadness was that it was supposed to be like a positive and negative thing, and the word sadness really doesn't equate to that at all. Sadness just sounds negative. I'll get right to the point. There's an offshore reactor over by Junon. As far as I know, that's the last spot we've got to check. So without further ado, I'm going back to the fax machine. I think sedate works as a opposite to fury. Yep, there was my magician's bracelet. We all love the fax machine. Missing artillery. Several days ago, a Relnica departing Costa del Sol was shot down over the Meridian Ocean. On board were several prototype armaments developed by advanced weaponry as well as numerous experimental specimens created by R&D. Recovering this material has been declared a matter of top priority by the executive board. However, their hazardous nature makes doing so a perilous task. Director Heidegger has proposed assigning the Turks to this operation, but before it can be carried out, we must first locate the craft. That was awesome. Explains the sunken Gelnika, explains why the Turks are there, explains why there's monsters in there. Huh. It's like a little arrow to Junon, too. Any kind of damage buff with Fury would make it way too strong. It already gives you more limits, which is strong. Okay. Yeah, I can probably just go right to Junon. I always found it weird that the operation room is all done from the one guy. You know what I mean? Like, you have this whole room, but then the one guy does the PHS, the rest, and the other thing he does, the save. Like, it feels like there should have been almost like one of the training rooms, the one in Junon or the one in Midgar, where there's like a bunch of NPCs that all say stuff and maybe give you information on stuff, and like it feels like that's what it was supposed to be, but instead it's just one guy in the corner that does everything. So, yeah, I think there was supposed to be a lot more there. I can imagine, like, having an actual save point in there, and then having the guy be the PHS, and then maybe having, like, a little rest area for healing, and then, like you said, a fax machine for information, or the map. Like, that thing in the back is definitely supposed to be something, whether it be a map or an objective board or something. It's definitely supposed to be something there, because they never even use it in the story. So, how's it going, Kennelly? There's a phone on the wall that could have been the PHS, yeah. I don't really know why you need to call everyone, since everyone's on the ship. You could just be like, hey Sid, you're coming with us. Like, you don't have to call them on the phone. You're all on the ship. But yeah, I agree. I think the operation room was supposed to be a lot more. They did at least get the chocobo thing on the Highwind, but other than that, the Highwind really doesn't serve any purpose at all. I liked New Threat. In New Threat 2.0, Sega Chief added a shopkeeper guy on the Highwind, and I thought that was pretty cool, having like a mobile shop, because that just makes sense. A lot of RPGs of this era had like marked some kind of shopkeeper on your world map vehicle. Yeah, they talk about it a lot too. Like they have two forced scenes where they're like, you have to go to the operation room, and then they have one of the biggest scenes in the game in the operation room, but then there's nothing else to do in there. Like, why did they push it so hard when there's really no reason to go there? You know? Could do the secret Zack scene. The one in the mansion. Yeah, we could do that. Let me go to the bathroom real quick, and then we'll do the Zack scene. Thank you guys again for being here today. Thanks to all the new faces. Thank you for all the support today. It's been awesome. Thank you guys. All right, let's do the Zack scene. This is not Nibelheim. Close. It's another mountain. It's a mountain similar. Similar mountain. Should we do the Tifa thing too? We can do that now, right? No, nothing. No, nothing. Did I already? I don't remember. No, I got the melody right. Oh, you need to have Tifa in the party. That's what it is. You have literally, this is my first playthrough.
Come on, man.
Could you guys remind me who Tifa is? Is she the one with the giant, massive ribbon in her hair? It's okay. Okay, Kate Sith kind of threw me off there. I was like, wait a second, that's not Tifa. Hey, I've got the sheets for that song. Oh, hold up. There's something wedged between the pages. Dear Tifa, what on earth's going on in this village? Was it all an illusion, a dream? No, it can't have been. I remember it so clearly, how I struggled to save those spared from the flames. But I hadn't the strength. Consumed with rage, I made for the reactor, hoping I could put an end to Sephiroth. But he was nowhere to be seen. Instead, I found you, Tifa, laid out on the floor in the depths of the reactor. I decided it was more important to save you than to go after Sephiroth. There were others inside the reactor too, others who were still breathing, but you were the only one I could rescue on my own. Shinra troops were just arriving as I made my way out of the reactor. I remember the man in charge, a scientist named Hojo. He ordered the troopers to gather every last person who was still remotely alive. He was planning to use them in an experiment. What kind of experiment, I have no idea. But I wasn't about to hand over my precious pupil. Carrying you on my back, I descended the mountain and left the village. I had to use cure on you multiple times throughout the journey. Wait, does he say that in the original note? It was a long way to Midgar, where I hoped to find a doctor who could save you. I have no love for that city, but I knew healing spells would only keep you alive so long. Arriving in Midgar, I left you in the hands of a doctor I trusted and once again resumed my travels. I worried about you, of course, but I've never been one to settle down for long. I hope you managed to make a full recovery and that life is treating you well these days. It's so weird to me when games do that, because I'm always of the opinion that, like, the gameplay / combat, it kind of exists in another dimension to, like, the main story. Like, yes, stuff that happens in the fights happens in the game, but, you know, certain, like, you know, Bahamut Zero hitting the planet with, like, a nuke doesn't actually happen, you know? Like, that's just kind of a in-fight universe thing. When we... like, the party isn't actually, like, walking around fighting giant bugs with dragons and stuff. Like, that's just kind of like a fight thing. So it's weird when they, like, connect that. But this isn't the first game to do it. I've seen a lot of games have, like, a character cast cure outside of battle. Yeah, Sephiroth, you know, like... Well, like I said in the Sephiroth video, Supernova is canon, so if you let him use Supernova, you have to play the game again, because you destroyed the whole universe. How many years has it been since then? I decided to drop by Nibelheim on a whim, and frankly, couldn't believe my eyes. The whole village is back to how it was, aside from those strange people and black milling around everywhere. It all reeks of Shinra, if you ask me, but I've no intention to stay and snoop around. Some might say I'm running away. But I simply can't go... go getting involved with Shinra anymore. I'm afraid that's all the time I've got, Tifa. I need to get going before the people living in this house return. I have no doubt you'll manage to find this letter, so I've decided to enclose a little gift as well. I'm sure you'll find it useful. I'd have liked to deliver it in person, but it's difficult letting pupils see me in my old age. I can barely even jump now. I hope for my sake you'll continue to hone the techniques I taught you. You will forever be my most precious pupil. Sincerely, Zangan. It doesn't normally say ultimate technique, right? I think it normally just says, like, key item, final heaven, and that's it. Oh, that's weird. Maybe because she does that little animation, it just made sense to say a bit more. Maybe. It would have been cool if everyone got like a little animation like that. When I came to, I was in a white room. The light was blinding. Number 00048. Oh, that's us. Type YM, subject ID 397808. Whose voice was it? That's right, Hojo's. And how about you? Your Mako eyes have come in beautifully. Can you speak? Ooh, ah, ah. Do you feel anything? Can you hear someone's voice calling out to you? Do you feel the urge to go somewhere? I want to go back home. Mom, Tifa. This one's a failure. Suppose I'll dump him in the mountains somewhere. Hey, it's feeding time, boys. That part was taken from the Final Fantasy VII early material file in the Ultimania and isn't actually unused in-game. There's a lot of cool stuff in the Ultimania that they added post, I suppose. I don't think it's from, like, unused stuff. It's just stuff they added for a little sauce. Ah, here we go. Change into this. Might smell bad, but desperate times. Looks pretty good on you. Did he just slap me? Now then. Yo, Pops, how far till Midgar? Shut it back there. Just be thankful I gave you a lift. Psh. Well, what are we going to do once we get to Midgar? Me? I got connections all over town. Me? Kongaga. Can probably count on to put me up. Oh, but girls that age always live with their parents. Guess that's out. Gonna need a new battle plan. Well, no matter what I do, I'm gonna need money. Maybe I should start a business. Hey, Cloud, what line of work do you think I'd be good at? How about you, Pops? Got any business ideas? The heck you still yapping about? You're still young, ain't ya? Don't lock yourself down. Try a little bit of everything. Get out there and suffer till you find your calling. Try everything. Find my calling. Easy enough for him to say. Guess I'll do some squats. That's it. Hear me out. I've got all kinds of smarts and skills other guys don't. So I'm gonna do every job combined into one. I'll be a mercenary. That's not what that is, Zach. That settles it. Thanks, Pops. Didn't you hear a word I said? Mercenary life, here I come. Doesn't matter how dangerous or boring the job, so long as there's a reward. I'm gonna make bank, I know it. That just leaves one question. How are you gonna hack it? No, wait, you got it all backward. We better be able to drive this thing in part 3. I want to drive the truck around. I'm just kidding. You know I wouldn't do that to you. We're friends, right? Haha, listen to me getting all sappy. Mercenaries, Cloud, you and me, doing whatever work comes our way. Got that? Better put a few more bullets in. What do we do with this one, sir? He's done for already. Just leave him. Where's the Seinfeld? Badoo, 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 badoo. What's funny is they probably did need to put that many bullets into him to kill him. Zach. What's the deal with Shinra bullets? So that was pretty much the same other than that little added thing at the very beginning. And the dialogue being retranslated. Oh no. Yang is excited. Yeah, man, Zach's a tank. It's actually crazy how strong Zach is, like in Crisis Core, by the end of it. Okay, I did say I was using Yuffie, right? Yeah. Alright, so... I would imagine... Kate Sith would be our best magic caster. Other than Cloud. I guess we have Cloud back now. We might as well use him. Oh my god, look at this beast. Look at this absolute beast. Let's do a curse ring build on Yuffie just for fun. Now the question is, do we want to try to unlock Ultima? I don't think we have a double that's connected anymore without Sid. Nope. Sid's the only one with the double connected slots, so I can't take advantage of double and booster. But I can still put on booster. Cloud's going to be useless for a bit till he gets Ultima. We'll give you... No, you already have that color. You can have poison. You can have cure, magnify, cover, phoenix, and steel. It's gonna be kind of awkward. So booster is actually a removed materia. It is not a retranslated materia. It's a new materia, and it is basically like having double on your materia. It gives it more AP. And if you put booster on a materia with a double weapon, it quadruples AP. And I would imagine if you put it on a triple, it times it by 6. But I don't know. Does the triple... Does the Apocalypse... Is it the Apocalypse? What's Cloud's triple? Does it have connected slots? I want to say no. But I'm not sure. Are they connected? Alright, so I guess we're stuck. But yeah, I can still double it with booster. Well, Yuffie's got 108. She should be relatively strong. Yeah, I have seen that mod. All right, we'll get down to the reactor and then move on to some Final Fantasy X. Oh, that's cool, Odysseus. Caution. Ooh, the scimitar is linked? I thought if anything, the apocalypse would be. I figured the scimitar wasn't. Is it just me, or does it feel like something's missing? Man, we have the goofiest looking crew. Can we have Sid and Tifa in the party when we get the premium heart? Want to see if the dialogue stays the same? Oh, with them like arguing in the item shop? You'll have to remind me of that. But yeah, we could probably do that. Alright, show me how those drills have paid off. Ready? Charge! Hey, not that way. You're running right toward the offshore reactor. Oh, big damage. Oh my. Okay. No, that's fine. Just that's fine. Yuffie will just clear it. No worries. Yo, Grail. Thank you for these 78. Hey, how about whoever survives gets to take her on a date? Alright, you're on. But what if we both get smoked? Come on, man. Don't talk like that. What if like a 14-year-old just one-shots us? After all of our military training. There go two perfectly good suitors. It's fine, you'll find love. Hey, back to your post. We got trouble. But I'm so sleepy. For Junon! I think she's strong now. Right after this, we get her ultimate weapon. Then she really gets crazy strong for a while. In fact, what was the in-depth playthrough that we beat Emerald Weapon with Yuffie right after this? I think it was. Wow, nice roll. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the in-depth playthrough. Yeah, we did a playthrough where right when we got the Conformer, we went and beat Emerald Weapon. That will not be happening here, given our challenge restrictions. That would not go very well. Speaking of not going very well, this fight ain't going very well. Die. I need Ultima. My only damage source is Yuffie. Kind of an interesting dilemma with this challenge. If you want to level up something, you can't equip anything else of that color. So with Ultima, Cloud's kind of just sitting there. Now what I should have done was just throw Sid in the party, put the double booster on, and just fight 4 fights in Mideel, and I would have leveled up Ultima, but that's baby strats. That's baby strats. We do it live. Wait, let's see what this thing says. Alert, alert! Rocket launcher. Yo, I was going SG. Sorry to hear that, man, but keep up the good fight. We're here for you, man. You keep it up. We don't give up around here. Fight till the battle's won, right? We appreciate you, man. Shout outs to the, like, probably like 2 or 3 weeks into 4.8 Live. So, 100 months ago, 99 months ago, we did a stream where we model swapped all the characters and stuff, and we did a model swap in this room where we swapped the shark with Cloud. So Cloud was like swimming in the water up there. I'll never forget that. It was so funny. Iron Assault. Yeah, carry armor is going to be interesting. I still don't have barrier. I probably should have grabbed some sort of barrier. And I have 1 HP up materia, that's level 1. So this will be interesting. And I only have 1 restore materia. Not really sure how this is going to pan out. This is going to be a weird one. And I can't use magic hammer either. Might be a bit of a struggle. Might have to grab something. I mean, we got 5 hero drinks from the salesman quest. We could use those. Well, I hate to leave you guys on a cliffhanger, but we're definitely moving on to Final Fantasy X once we get to this save point. So So we'll be on a cliffhanger. We got to check out the giant fuel gauge, though. Whoa! Look at how big that fuel gauge is. What are they even measuring? The entire ocean? Guardian. You never noticed that? Yeah, that's a meme. Been a meme in our community for a long time. I don't remember when we first noticed it, but I was doing some playthrough, probably my 19th playthrough of this game. We were running through this room and I noticed it. And I was like, wait a second. Why is it so large? And why is it like on E? It's one of the most bizarre things in the game. Lowercase e. Now I always have to point it out. I have a very long list of stupid things I can point out in this game that will ruin your playthrough. We won't talk about the dead pixels. All right, that'll be it for Shinra Archaeology Cut today. We're going to move on to the Final Fantasy X Masters mod. Before we do that, we got to say goodbye to YouTube. YouTube, thank you so much for watching the Archaeology Cut. This mod continues to be incredible. Thank you again to the team that made it, and thanks for helping me with the video that we created about the salesman quest and the calm chest. It was really awesome. If you haven't seen that video yet, go check it out. It's a great video. They did a great job on it. But yeah, mod is still amazing. We've seen a lot of really cool stuff. I really like the operations room and the small additions we saw. And this challenge, although was not intended to be a really difficult challenge, is going to get kind of interesting here at the end with only having 5 materia per character. These last couple of bosses will actually be somewhat interesting. So we'll see how it goes. Thanks again for watching Archaeology Cut, and we will see you in the next episodes. Peace.